Hey, brother, welcome to the Have It All Marriage for the Have It All Life podcast, where your marriage has a 100% chance of success if you do it God's way. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. How do you do it God's way? And so I'm going to give you the nuclear bomb. I'm going to give you the silver bullet. I'm going to give you the answer that is what every marriage needs to succeed. You ready for it? Here it comes. Every interaction with your wife must result in her feeling better emotionally. That's it, brothers. Do that, and your marriage will succeed. Let me say it again more slowly. Every time you have an interaction with your wife, it means every cell phone call. It means every text message. It means every time she calls you and you answer or you don't. It means every time you show up for her and you're present and putting her first and you're making her feel heard and seen and held and loved and nourished and nurtured and cherished. It's where you're with her and she feels better in her head, in her throat, in her chest, in her stomach, where her body literally feels better because it is in your presence and because of the things that you are saying and that you are doing. That's it. And you know what? I've had 20,000 conversations with men about what is going on inside their marriage. And they want to tell me all this stuff. Well, I didn't help her around the house. Well, I was too pushy. Well, I wasn't man enough. Well, I wasn't this. Well, I wasn't that. And what I want to tell you guys, man, is those are the symptoms. Those are all symptoms. And we could spend hours standing or talking or sitting here talking about what are all the symptoms. The disease is how she feels when you're not present, how she feels when you're not masculine enough, how she feels when you don't have her back, how she feels when you're talking behind her back to her friend or her sister, how she feels when you're not showing up for her, how she feels when you're not helping her enough around the house. But it's not one of these isolated incidents. It's everything, brother. Your marriage is a never-ending stream of experiences. These experiences are your interactions, and it's your tone of voice, and it's your heart Taurus, the energy coming off your heart, the energy that this unseen, unspoken part of the marriage. It's the things that you're saying. It's the things that you're doing. It's the things that you're not saying. It's the things that you're not doing. But your head should be exploding right now with epiphanies, because I struggled with this for 2 decades myself before I started putting it together and figuring it out. She says she doesn't feel loved. What does that mean? She says she doesn't feel like she has a partner. What does that mean? She says she feels like she's married to a child. What does that mean? She says we're devolving into brother and sister. What does that mean? She says it feels like she's an employee, or she feels like we're business partners. What does that mean? And she says she's just not happy. What does that mean? Man, we could drive each other crazy trying to figure this stuff out, except for the fact I've already figured it out for you. What I've figured out is that you need to be leading and initiating and creating experiences for her so that she does feel loved. She does feel seen. She does feel heard. She does feel held. She does feel cherished. She does feel put first, only second to God. She does feel like you are loyal. She does feel like you are respectful. She does feel like you are loving and kind and caring and compassionate and seeing the best in her and giving her the benefit of the doubt and forgiving her when she falls short of your ideal of what it means for her to be a wife to you, even though, if you admit it, man, you are changing your mind about that minute by minute, day by day, according to the whims of this inner child inside that says, I think right now she should be serving me a sandwich. I think right now she should be down to go back and lock the door. I think right now she should be having a better attitude. And it's like you can't even make up your own mind about what you want her to be. And so then you're holding it against her. Then you've got resentment. Then you've got anger. Now you've got this spoiled little child that isn't getting what he's wanted and he's acting out. And all of these, man, are her experiences. Now, those are bad experiences. How about the good experiences you're not giving her? How about the romantic experiences? How about the sexual experiences that she does want, but maybe she just doesn't want with you, brother? And so if she doesn't want it with you and she's married to you, who is it that is depriving her of those experiences? And that is you. She doesn't want you to touch her, but she wants to be touched, just not by you. but she's married to you. So she's locked in this lie. She's locked in this prison. She is worse than single because she is unable to go get the touch and the sexual experiences and the romantic experiences and the cuddling experiences and the tender experiences that she wants, because how you have been showing up and what you have been doing and not doing and saying and not doing, and this energy coming off your heart and the smell of your sweat and the look in your eyes has shut her down to you. And so now she is desperately starving for these experiences, but she can't take them from you, and she can't remain faithful inside her marriage and take them from anyone else. The friendly experiences, the playful experiences, the laughing experiences, the tickling and the teasing, the rolling around on the floor, the laughing until you cry, the staying up until 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning talking about deep things on your heart. All of these experiences she wants. And she, in her highest seat of self, she wants them from you. In her highest seat of self, she wants them from you. But because of the hurt, because of the broken trust, because of the water under the bridge, because of the armor she has assembled around her heart to protect it from you, she can't get these experiences from you. And so what ends up happening is your marriage becomes this never-ending chain of experiences where, at best, she's feeling bad coming into an interaction with you, and she leaves that interaction feeling about the same. At worst, which is happening more and more frequently, she comes into an experience or an interaction with you feeling bad, and she leaves that interaction feeling worse. This is the root of your problem. That is the only problem you need to solve. But when you think about, Bob, how do you solve that problem? The answer is you got to solve every single experience. You've got to solve the anger. You've got to solve the resentment. You've got to solve the little boy, the inner child, the spoiled little child who doesn't know what he wants and is always finding disapproval and fault inside of his wife because she can't be 20 things to him all at once. The guy who is not providing the experiences for her because he doesn't even know how, even if she were willing at this point in time. Do you know how to give her tender moment experiences, romantic moment experiences, loving experiences, playful experiences? Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to do it constantly and continuously where it's not getting old and it doesn't seem forced? And even if you did know how to do that stuff, you wouldn't be able to deliver it. My brother, I promise you, if I gave you a list of chapter and verse of exactly what to do and exactly what experiences to give her, you couldn't pull it off. Why? Because 59/60ths of those experiences are how you're showing up. It's this unseen, unspoken, nonverbal part of the marriage. It's the energy you bring to the marriage. And she's picking up on your body language. She's picking up on your tone of voice. She's picking up on the smell of your sweat. She's picking up on the micro expressions on your face and the tiny little eye movements. And unless you get rid of all the garbage that you are harboring inside your heart towards her, towards women in general, towards your dad, towards your mom, towards your ex-girlfriends, towards God, all of this garbage that we build our ego and we build our pride with, even if I gave you chapter and verse of what to do and what to say, you wouldn't be able to pull it off. So what you've got to do, man, is you have got to focus on becoming the guy who can give her a consistent chain of experiences. These experiences are interactions with you, whether you're across the globe and you're on your phone, whether it's FaceTime, text, telephone, in person, in bed, across the table, sitting on the couch, working in the yard, mopping the floor, doing the dishes, or cashing $1 million checks. Whatever it is, man, it's got to be a good experience for her. Now, why did I say cashing $1 million checks? Because you can literally be a complete and total jerk and drive her away, treating her like an employee, being aloof, always being not present, not on your phone, prioritizing work, getting $1 million check. And she's like, that's great. I still want a divorce, so put my half in my own account. Like you can give her wonderful experiences, but if you're not giving her wonderful experiences in terms of who you are and how you're showing up, then it doesn't matter if you're showering her with diamonds and jewels and $1 million checks and trips and houses. And a lot of guys don't get that because the map that we were given as children is just go to work, make a lot of money, come home, share it with her, and everything's going to be fine. Well, that's not the truth, man. The truth is, it is every experience you give your wife. It's the brief moments that you interact in the bathroom in the morning as she's putting on her makeup and you're brushing your teeth. It's the brief moments as you interact as you're serving dinner or being served dinner. It's the brief moments of shared responsibilities and shared work and being able to make her feel better in that interaction. And so a lot of guys are like, okay, Bob, I get it, man. I'm just going to wait on her hand and foot. I'm going to do everything for her. I'm going to smile all the time. I'm going to give her all these great experiences. Well, first off, what I'm going to tell you is you're probably going to miss the mark by about a mile, because it's not intuitive, man. She's not going to tell you what it is. It's how she tests. Do you really love her? Or do you just want a mom for your kids or for yourself? Or do you just want someone to not get STDs with, so you got someone to go behind closed doors with? Or is it just that you want a maid or a cook or a bottle washer? And so she's got this little meter in her head. It's like, he loves me not. He loves me, he loves me not. And when that's happening, man, like if it's always like, he loves me not, or this way, whichever way is loves me not, then man, do it, man. Buy her a house, buy her a car, buy her a trip, put $1 million in her bank account. I promise you it will not fix anything. What I can also promise you is that if you've got this kind of rock solid relationship where she consistently trusts that every interaction is an experience that makes her feel better, those experiences lead to good thoughts about you and her being in this marriage and the future of this marriage and her future willingness to participate in and try to do a better job in and try to become a better wife in, or to not participate in, to try to get out of, and no interest in being any kind of a wife in. This is all in your control, man. You are the leader. Genesis 3:16, Ephesians 5, biblical male headship. You are the leader. So lead in every experience and lead those experiences to making her feel better every time. And when you do that, I promise you, your marriage is going to be infinitely better, and it gets better with every experience. So here's the thing. You might be thinking, because you know what, man, when I was sitting where you are, I was in this place where I was like, okay, Bob, but I don't have a clue. Number one, I don't have a clue how to do all that stuff. And number two, even if I did, I know I've got all these problems with this monster inside and this mama's boy inside, and it's going to color all of these experiences. And so what you got to do, man, is you got to go figure out how you can become that man. Like, write your name down, like Bob, and then put 1.0. Bob 1.0 is who she has rejected. Bob 1.0 needs to die. Bob 2.0 needs to rise from the ashes of Bob 1.0. And so that's what I had to say to myself. And that's what you have to say to yourself. And your 2.0 version of you must rise from the ashes as a king who has the ability to make his wife feel better in every interaction without saying a word. And then doing and saying the exact right things and not doing and saying the exact wrong things, so that the experience for her is a king-like experience that makes her feel like a queen. And you do that consistently. And if you need help understanding how to become that man, understanding what are these experiences that you must first give yourself to become that man, and then what are the experiences you need to give your wife so that she can become that woman, then I want you to go to www.realmanrevolution.com, www.realmanrevolution.com. But I also want to say this is not for everyone, brother. Like, you've got to be bringing stuff to the table. You can't be broke. You can't be unemployed. You can't be behind in your bills and go try to build this kind of marriage. It doesn't work. This is for successful, high-achieving professional men who are taking care of business outside of the marriage and struggling with how to take care of business inside the marriage, the relationship part of the marriage. So, www.realmanrevolution.com, and I'll see you on the other side.